Alrighty, we're gonna do a high slick ponytail that will hold super tight for dance with the proper supplies. It won't come out. So we already pre-flat ironed Scarlett's hair. Probably could have done it a little straighter there. The product I used for that is by Matrix. It's the Mega Sleek Iron Smoother. The most important thing about this is to protect the hair from damage, and it will keep that hair super slick even when the girls get sweaty dancing, because hair will get frizzy. So that'll block out the frizz. All right, so Scar, I'm gonna have you flip your head over for me and just sit. Yep. We're gonna have dogs in the video. So I have her flip her head all the way over, brush it out, so we can get it good high on the head. Obviously it's not super tight yet and there'll be flyaways, but the little tools and tricks I have will get that super quick. All right, so you can see her hair's pretty high up on her head. Now she has flyaways. Next thing we're gonna do, try not to get any water or anything on the pony because that's already straightened. We wanna keep it that way. I'm gonna mist just a little bit of water all around the edges of her hair. Obviously, when I do this for competitions, I take more time. I'm just trying to make it fast for you guys in the video. This is the key, this brush. I will link where you can get it from ULTA. It's a teasing brush if you want to zoom into it, Harlow. It looks like this. ULTA, you can get these for $5, but then they're called teasing brushes. This smooths the hair perfectly. So after I mist it with water, I go in with this brush. Not a comb. Combs will smooth, but they leave kind of more like bumpy gaps and everything. This brush just smooths everything beautifully, as you can see already. So after the water, I do a quick little brush through. And then this is also the key. This is called Let's Jam Hair Jam Extra Hold. You can get this at Walgreens. Like in, I believe it's in like the African American section. This is what they use on their hair. This is what we used before. We've always used this and it works. It slicks all those flyaways and they will not pop out during competitions. So I just put it in my hand and I kind of go all along her hairline. Like I said, I'd slow it, like take more time on competition days, but for the video, I'm just gonna go super fast so you guys get the good idea of how well this stuff works. So all that hairline all around, still trying to keep those flat ironed ends out. Sometimes it stays on your hand, I'll just wipe it off. All right, so now I'm gonna take this brush that is key for smoothing along with the hair jam. And now I'm really gonna go in and smooth that pony. It will get it nice and flush to the head, and all those flyaway hairs, they won't pop out. Especially at the end, we'll do a final little hairspray. But you will get a smooth high pony. Try not to hurt you, Scarlett. All right, so for the most part, you can see how smooth and slick. Obviously, I'd go over it even more to perfect it, but that gives you the idea. Now here is the number one key. You know those rubber bands that come on newspapers, the rubber bands? These are what will hold that ponytail and it will not move, especially in fine hair that regular rubber bands don't hold, and thick hair where it's just too heavy. These do pull the hair. I recommend when you take it out after competition, just cut it, because when you buy these, you get a huge bag of them, so who cares? There's no reason to save it. Just cut it out so you don't damage the hair or hurt them. But this is the number one thing that has always held for us, and it's never ever come out. I would do it as tight as you can. Not sure how centered that is, but it still gives you a good idea, and it won't budge. I mean, she's in there. Then the other thing that is super important, nobody wants to look at those rubber bands. So I go in the back and I take a tiny section of hair. It doesn't have to be too thick, because if it's too thick, the bobby pins won't always hold. big enough to cover the rubber band, but small enough not to be too bulky, especially for all of our extra hair accessories. And I wrap it around. And I just keep wrapping, make sure that rubber band is covered. And it just gives it that nice, sleek, finished look. If you have like layers in your hair, a bunch of flyaways, you could take that hair jam and coat this piece of hair before you start wrapping. And that'll keep it more slick. I normally do that with Scar, but. Okay, so after I've wrapped it, now we're gonna take bobby pins and we are gonna pin that hair in so it doesn't come unraveled. That bobby pin went in a little bit too far. So grab it and pin it. Obviously you don't want it to come unraveled, but if you gel it and wrap it nice and tight, it will stick. Okay, so let me see. Looking good. I'd probably pin more even in the back just so you don't see them up front. And then after all of that, I hold this hair up. I like Chi helmet head hairspray because it does exactly what it says, helmet head. It locks everything in. So any final flyaways, I'll spray, smooth with a comb, with your hand, whatever you feel, you know, whatever is easiest for you. But you shouldn't have many flyaways because you'll have that hair jam. And after that, make sure I didn't get hairspray on the pony. If I did, I'll just brush it out, nice and smooth. If anything gets kinked, go over it with a flat iron. But that should give you a nice, smooth pony. Obviously, make sure it's centered in the mirror. That's it. Did you want to show the back? Turn. Obviously, I could have smoothed that better when I take more time, but with a rush pony, that's pretty slick, and it will not budge. You can flip, roll, everything. This will stay tight because of the rubber band. That purple teasing brush is key to smoothing, and the hair gel. And that's all you really need. Hope that helps.